Surge was the answer to all our problems in Iraq. Well, maybe not exactly. Last night, McCain proved his timeline about the surge is wrong. In an interview on CBS, Katie Couric pointed out that Barack Obama says while the increase in troops, the surge, did help security, a Sunni awakening and the Shiite government going after the militias before the surge were also major factors in reducing the violence.
I don't know how you respond to something that is such a false depiction of what actually happened. Colonel McFarland was contacted by one of the major Sunni sheikhs. Because of the surge, we were able to go out and protect that sheikh and others, and it began the Anbar awakening. I mean, that's just a matter of history.
Wrong again, Senator. The Sunni awakening in Anbar happened before President Bush announced the surge in January of 2007. In fact, the now General Sean McFarland briefed the media in September of 2006 about tribal leaders who were cooperating with Iraqi security forces against al-Qaeda. Several news organizations reported on the Anbar awakening taking place months before the surge. Obama's campaign points out that McCain has his facts wrong. McCain's response is the Democrats are trying to minimize the role of our commanders and our troops. But if your campaign for president is built on your assertion that you are the most qualified to be commander-in-chief, then shouldn't you at least be able to accurately cite the recent history of the war that you're asking the voters to put you in charge of? Here's the question. How much confidence do you have in John McCain's ability to deal with Iraq? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty file, post a comment on my blog. Wolf.
And you know, Jack, in mid-2006, you know what really began to turn those Sunni sheikhs around and start cooperating with the U.S.?
Well, there were a number of things, but one of them was I think they were just getting plain tired of the violence in their neighborhoods and their wives and children being killed in the ongoing tribal warfare.
That indeed was a very important factor in why they began to turn against al-Qaeda, which had come in there with a vengeance. But you know what else was an important factor? As we reported at the time, at least I did, the Saudis and the U.S. started paying these Sunni sheikhs a lot of money. And as they say, money talks. Especially among in that part of the world, the Saudis didn't want any publicity, but they were very, very nervous about the Shia that were gaining credibility and a lot of power. They wanted to strengthen those Sunni sheikhs, and they began to give them a lot of cash.
But the point is that all of this stuff began to happen long before the surge was even announced.
Right. It was happening in mid-2006. That's when the money started to flow in to those Sunni sheikhs. And by the way, the money is still flowing in to those Sunni sheikhs and a lot of the others, those Sunni leaders who are still there. Many of them, 90,000 or so, are still on the U.S. payroll even as we speak right now. But that's another story.
Guess whose money that is?
Your money and my money and a lot of our money.
There you go.
But the Saudis have been paying for a lot of it, too.
Well, and they should.
Yeah, because their interests are involved as well.
Yes, they are.